say anything else. We just want you to know something. You made it here, to this moment, right now. Maybe that doesn't sound like much, but for someone carrying what you have been carrying, making it to this moment is more than you think. We don't know exactly where you are today. Maybe you're sitting in a quiet room after a long week, feeling like the world has been pressing a little too hard on your chest. Maybe you're lying down in the dark, scrolling through a phone, searching for something that feels like comfort, but you're not sure what. Maybe you're going through something no one around you fully understands. Whatever brought you here, we are glad you came. This is not a video full of loud answers or quick fixes. We are not going to tell you to just think positive, or that everything happens for a reason, or that you simply need to try harder. We are going to do something much simpler. We are going to sit with you for a little while, because there is something very powerful about not being alone in the quiet. And we believe deeply that you are stronger than this moment makes you feel. Let's walk through this together. Let's talk about the kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. You know the one. You wake up, and before your feet even touch the floor, there's already a weight on you. Not a dramatic weight, not a crisis, not a disaster. Just a dull, steady heaviness that has been sitting on your shoulders for, well, you can't even remember when it started. You get up. You do what needs to be done. You answer the messages. You take care of the people who depend on you. You show up where you need to show up. And from the outside, everything probably looks fine. But inside, there is a quieter story happening. There are the little moments that sting, like going through the motions of a life that used to feel more alive. Sometimes it looks like irritability, snapping at someone you love over something small, and then feeling ashamed about it afterward. Sometimes it looks like anxiety, this low hum of worry that follows you from room to room, from task to task. You can't always name what you're afraid of. You just feel it. And the exhausting part is that you keep pushing through. Because you have to. Because people need you. Because stopping feels like giving up. But here's what we want to gently say to you. Pushing through, without ever stopping to feel what you feel, is its own kind of cost. The body keeps the score. The heart keeps the record. And eventually, something in you gets tired of pretending everything is okay when it isn't. That's not weakness. That's honesty trying to break through. We've all had seasons like this. Seasons where the days blur together, where joy feels a little out of reach, where you wonder, quietly, if things will ever feel lighter again. And the loneliest part of it is that most people around you have no idea. Because you are good at holding it together. You have had to be, but you don't have to hold it together here. This is a safe place to just be. Across every culture, every tradition, every way of seeing the world, there is one thing human beings have always known. We are not meant to carry everything alone. In every language, in every corner of this earth, there have been people who sat in the dark and waited for morning. People who felt broken and somehow found their way back. People who lost things they never thought they could recover from, and recovered anyway. Not easily, not quickly, but they did. That is not a coincidence. That is something woven into what it means to be human. There is a quiet wisdom that has been passed down through generations, through stories and songs and sacred texts and late-night conversations between old friends. And at the heart of it, the message is almost always the same. You are held, even when you cannot feel it. Think about nature for a moment. Think about winter. Winter strips the trees. It takes everything green and growing and visible, and it leaves only bare branches against a gray sky. From the outside, it looks like death. It looks like loss. It looks like the end of something. But underneath, underground, in the dark, the roots are still there, still alive, still working, getting ready for something the eye cannot yet see. You may be in your winter right now. Things may look bare. Things may feel stripped back. You may not recognize the shape of your own life at the moment, but the roots are still there. You are still there. And spring has always followed winter. Every single time. There's a principle that people have found comfort in across vastly different beliefs and backgrounds. The idea that there is something greater than the sum of our struggles. That there is a source of strength available to us that doesn't require us to be strong first. That we can come exactly as we are tired, confused, half broken, and find something solid to lean on. You may call that God. You may call it the universe. You may call it love or nature, or simply the quiet force that has somehow gotten you this far against every odd. Whatever name you give it, it is real, and it has not abandoned you. There is an old idea found in many traditions that our most difficult moments are not signs that life is punishing us. They are invitations. Invitations to go deeper than we normally would. To discover things about ourselves we would never have found on easier roads. To become someone we could not have become without this. That doesn't make the pain less real. We are not saying your struggle is beautiful or that you should be grateful for it. Pain is pain. Hard things are hard. But we are saying, this season is not your conclusion. This chapter is not the final word on your story. Think of the most resilient person you have ever known. Someone who weathered things that would have broken most people. What made them that way? Was it that they had easier lives? Or was it that they had learned through hard experience how to be gentle with themselves while still choosing to keep going? Resilience doesn't look like never falling apart. Resilience looks like falling apart. And then, when you are ready, putting one small piece back at a time. That is all that is being asked of you right now. Not everything, just one small piece. So what can you actually do right now with what you are feeling? We want to offer you something small, something so simple it might seem too simple. But don't dismiss it, because simplicity is not the same as weakness. Sometimes the simplest things are the most profound ones. Step 1, stop fighting yourself not your circumstances, just yourself. One of the most draining things we do when we're already struggling is add a second layer of pain on top of the first one. We feel anxious, and then we feel bad about feeling anxious. We feel sad, and then we criticize ourselves for being sad. We feel overwhelmed, and then we tell ourselves we should be able to handle this. What if, just for today, you decided to stop doing that? What if you said to yourself, not in a dramatic way, just quietly and honestly, I am having a hard time right now. That's okay. Hard times are part of life. I don't have to fix this today. I just have to be honest about it. That single shift, from fighting what you feel to simply acknowledging it, can release a tension inside you that you may not have even realized you were carrying. Feelings that are seen lose some of their power to overwhelm. Feelings that are hidden keep growing in the dark. Step 2, find your one small thing. When life feels too big and too heavy to face as a whole, we make it smaller. We don't fix everything. We find the one smallest, gentlest thing we can do for ourselves right now. Maybe it's drinking a full glass of water and sitting quietly for 5 minutes before doing anything else. Maybe it's stepping outside and just breathing in fresh air without looking at your phone for 10 minutes. Maybe it's calling one person, not to fix anything, just to hear a familiar voice. Maybe it's writing down 3 true things about yourself that have nothing to do with your problems. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be real. Step 3, let someone in. Not everyone. Not in a big dramatic way. Just one person, one moment of honesty. We live in a world where everyone seems fine on the outside. Everyone's feed looks composed. Everyone seems to be managing. But behind closed doors, so many people are quietly struggling in the same way you are. The gap between how we look and how we feel is enormous for most human beings. When you take the risk of letting one person truly see even a piece of what you are carrying, something shifts. Not because they solve it, but because you no longer have to carry the weight of pretending on top of the weight of the thing itself. You don't have to tell your whole story. You can just say, I'm not doing great lately. I needed to say that to someone. That is enough. That is brave. And that is a beginning. Step 4, give time its due. There's something no one tells you when you are in the middle of a hard season. Most hard things don't end with a moment of breakthrough. They end gradually. The light returns slowly. The way dawn doesn't arrive all at once. It seeps in, inch by inch, until you suddenly realize it is morning again. You may not feel better tomorrow. You may not feel better next week, but you will feel better. Because that is the nature of things. Nothing stays in one state forever. Not pain, not heaviness, not winter. Allow time to do its quiet work. We want to speak directly to you for a moment, not to whoever you are in the roles you play, not to the version of you that shows up and keeps things running, but to the person underneath all of that. You are not too much. You are not a burden. You are not broken in a way that cannot be mended. You are not behind on some invisible schedule for having your life together. You are not failing because you are struggling. You are a human being having a human experience. And human beings, real ones, honest ones, have hard seasons. They lose their way for a while. They feel things they don't know how to name. They carry more than they should have to. They get scared. They get tired. That is not a flaw in you. That is life as it actually is. Here is what we know about you. Even though we have never met, you are still here. After everything, every difficult day, every night you weren't sure you could get through, every moment of doubt, you are still here. And that means something. That means more than you are giving yourself credit for. You have overcome things before. Maybe they felt smaller in the moment, or maybe they were just as heavy as this. But you got through them. The very fact that you are here, watching this, still searching for something better, that is evidence of a strength that has been there all along. You may not see it in yourself right now, but it is there, and you do not have to carry this alone. The world is full, absolutely full, of people who have felt exactly the way you feel right now, who have sat in this same kind of quiet and wondered if they would be okay, who have lost hope for a while and then slowly, imperfectly, found it again. You are not an exception to that. You are part of that great human family, and we are in it together. Whatever you believe about the nature of the universe, whatever guides your inner life, know this: you were not put here to be crushed by your circumstances. You were made for something, even if you can't see what that is right now. Even if this season makes that feel very far away, the seeds of something good are still in you, quietly, waiting for the right conditions. And you have everything you need to get there. Not all at once, not today, but step by step, breath by breath, morning by morning. We're coming to the end of our time together now. But before we do, just take a breath, a real one, slowly. Feel where your body is touching whatever you're sitting or lying on. Feel the ground beneath you, steady, solid, holding you even now. That groundedness is real. You are real. This moment is real. And in this moment, you are okay. Life is not always gentle. It doesn't always give us what we think we need. It asks hard things of us at the hardest times. And there are no simple answers to why that is. But there is a grace that meets us in those hard places. A quiet kind of grace, not dramatic, not loud, that shows up in the form of a kind word from a stranger, a shaft of light in the morning, an unexpected moment of peace when you expected none. That grace is available to you, not someday, right now. You don't have to fix everything today. You don't have to have answers. You don't have to be strong or put together or certain. You just have to keep going. One breath, one step, one quiet moment at a time. And here is a thought to carry with you when you leave this space. Quiet moments are not empty moments. They are the moments when something in you is healing, even when you can't see it. When you sit in the stillness, even the uncomfortable stillness, you are giving yourself the gift of presence. And presence is where strength is found. Not in the rushing, not in the noise, in the quiet. Thank you for being here today, for trusting this space with a piece of your heart. That matters to us. Genuinely. You are seen, you are known, you are not alone. Whatever this day holds for you when you close this video, may you carry just a little more gentleness toward yourself. May you find one moment of peace. May the quiet remind you of your own strength rather than your fear. You have more in you than you know. If this video touched something in you, we invite you to share it quietly with someone who might need to hear it today. Sometimes the most loving thing we can do is send a little peace in someone's direction. And if you would like to keep returning to this kind of space, this kind of calm, honest conversation about the things that really matter in a life, we would love for you to stay with us here on Beautiful Voices. Stay with us. We'll be here